everybody, how are you? It's Judy here. Welcome to my channel. This is the second part of the art journal, page 6 of Harmony. I've got all my papers. I'm just going to actually take you through my process. So this may be a long video and you can just zoom through to different parts. Harmony is the symbol that I'm working with. As I said earlier in the first part of this this book page, and I've drawn out, if you've watched it, watched the video before, I've drawn out what my interpretation of harmony actually is, and you can watch that if you haven't watched it to explain my drawing. So I'm just going to go through some papers I've picked out today. For obviously this stamp is not going on like the other pages where I actually did a stamp. This is actually the whole page is going to be harmony, so it's a little bit different. And so I was down the beach and I made papers. I don't know whether I've put that up yet. I actually made sand and water papers on the jelly plate the other day, just some, and I really would love to share some of these, but I actually don't know how to put I don't know how to put how to do that. So I will find out how to actually do that. So if anyone wants you know, the pages, the printables, they can have them. So I have all of my sand and water, and the reason that there's so many different sort of shades, oh, that's actually not, that's just one with wax, but I just loved that particular piece of paper. The reason that they're so different and I went so dark was when I was at the beach, just to explain where my little idea came up. I was at the beach and there's 4 of these. I don't know where the other one's gone. Okay, gone. Mustn't be. Yep, there it is there. So when I was at the beach, I was taking pictures of, you know, footprints in the sand, because there's just so many footprints in the sand now, because you're not allowed to sit on the beach in Australia. You're allowed to walk along the beach, but in twos, you know, if you're family or whatever, but you're not actually allowed to sit. So there's a lot of traffic going on every day, which is probably really unusual. Especially because it's getting cold, so it's not like summer months and so forth. But the thing I noticed about it was that in every photo I took, even though they were maybe, you know, this footprint and that dog print were like 10 meters maybe from each other, the sand color was different because the lighting was different, or I had the angle of the camera different or something like that. And this one with the water is really quite dark, and I'm not really sure why, but the water and all this white foam along the edge of the water and the sand was really cool, and I really loved it. So and that's a blown up one of pieces of wood and really strange footprints in the sand. So I'm going to use some of these different tones. Remember I said I wanted to use sort of beiges and so forth in it. So I've got these, and I've got sort of very different kinds to go through and work out which one I want to work with the water and where I'm going to put it on the page, because I honestly haven't even looked at it yet. I've just kind of set myself up with a cup of tea, and I'm just going to do this online. I do understand it's long. I printed these off. These are from my computer, and they're like textural patterns that I've collected over the time. And I thought I might, because of the colors, and this one, because of the colors, I absolutely adored these particular sheets. But this one here is from my garden out the front. So we have these fantastically bright red dotted mushrooms coming up, and they're huge. And I knocked them over, like they're not poisonous or anything. I knocked them over though, and we don't eat them though, because they look poisonous. But they have this fabulous textural underneath. So I took a couple of shots in that and gessoed those pages. So I've kind of got, yeah, some wood, some mushrooms, some fungi, some blown up fungi, some honeycomb, only because that honeycomb is actually the same, you know, the colors that I was looking for. You know, when you're collaging, you kind of need bits and pieces to fill in the page, even though it's a very small page, lots and lots of choices. But I also I also threw in some little clocks that I've got, and a couple of other bits and bobs in the same color tone pieces of paper that have been running around. And these are the shells and the piece of polished glass that I'm going to incorporate as embellishments on this page that I got from the beach on that day, which was only 3 days ago or something. Anyway, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe stop talking, but I doubt that very much. But I'm just going to, this was watercolor, by the way, and this is kind of weird. This is like me, I was trying to make a watery layer, like, you know, and it was like just with what was I was using watercolors, but they were shimmery watercolors and gesso, and I wanted to try and make, you know, like a water effect, but it didn't really work as well. But I'm sure that they will be useful for something else. I only did a couple of them, so I really like that one, and I really like that one there, even though they're quite dark. Or is it that one I like? Okay, hang on, we'll take those away. It's funny, isn't it? Alright, and I don't know which one I'm going to use these either, but I think that that blue needs to be down there, because this is, I think that's the moon. That's the one with quite a lot of gold on it, actually. And so that's the one with brown on it. That one's got, oh yeah, you see, but that one's got blue on it too. I'm going back in. That one's a bit dark, that's all I think. I really like this one, and I like this one. I hope everyone's been actually really good. Do I want to do that? Do I want to have that background? Maybe that's not the background I want. Let me ponder for a second. No, this is definitely what I want, but I clearly do not want a straight edge. Maybe that's what's bothering me about this, that I've got this horrid sort of straight edges kicking about. Now, the other thing I was going to do was I was going to paint underneath these. Now, you know, this wax kitchen paper is translucent sort of paper, and which I love, and I like putting colour underneath it to change the look of the actual print. Now, I was going to give a bit of a demonstration on that. I forgot already. How did I manage to forget that already? I know why, because I've got a piece of paper on the dryer that I did with the colours underneath, just so I could show you, if you've never done this before, exactly how that works. So if you haven't done it before, I shall show you in a second when I finish making these edges nice and rough. So is that better? Yes, that's better. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this one here, I think. Piece of coloured paper that I've got going on here. So wow, you look at that. So they're my underlay colours. I like to I want to actually put something down here, but I want to colorize it underneath. Now, you probably won't see it as much on that one because it's just covered up, but what happens is when you put an underlay cover on it and you have it print on it, you can see that the colour comes through, so it becomes quite a strong impact on what you're actually doing. So you can put different colours under different areas in a same print, and then put this over, so it just knocks it back. And I really liked the yellow and orange, but it was this is just like a demo kind of paper. I did like the yellow and orange, but I thought it was a little bit strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put that there. And I am going to put a little bit of that yellow, but I'm going to mix it with a bit of cream to knock it back a little bit, I think, because it's pretty yellow ochre and bright, and just a tiny bit oops, on there. And we'll grab a paintbrush, which I had orange on, so that's going to change the colour of that again. That's good. Alright, now that white to it. So here, actually if it kind of brushes sides, to just while I have it. Okay. Will be there. And I think I'm just going to have that one. Not too sure. I quite like the dark and the light, but it doesn't quite blend as well. Maybe that one. Okay, maybe that one, even though I might use that somewhere else on the page. So I'm just going to make this uneven along the way. Wax paper is very strong. It's amazing stuff, really. Yeah, I just love it. I love using it. Such a cheap thing to use, but it does some wonderful things. You can do wonderful things, wonderful pulls with it. All right. Yes. Okay, now do I want that up there? Maybe like that. Do I need that to the end? Yeah, that's good. Actually, I'm really liking that. That's okay. So I'm not going to stick that down yet because that undercolor is not quite dry. That line can go under there. That can go over there. Okay. I don't mind that my drawing's coming through on some parts, you know, gives more character to my, you know, my work. Alright. In fact, I actually quite like the drawing. I sometimes wish that, you know, all of the sketchy bits were left, but I won't do that today. Although I do, it will come through a little bit. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide on this. I think it's this one. This one. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fold it in half and fold it again. I want to make, I have no idea what size this is or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rip this to get the process started, like so. So then I've got this particular area, and what I want to do is I want to actually go with my wet brush now. These have been gessoed, so they won't run, the print won't run or anything like that while I'm doing this. One of the reasons that I clear gesso, or coffee gesso. So I'm just going to rip that there. Now one side's bigger than the other, but do I like that? I do, because that's not the finish of it, because I want to put another bit on the bottom in darker. That piece here, that bit right there. Now I think it's going to be this bit. Just going to go around like that on this one. So we'll get that off. And obviously all these pieces, you know, my cards that I make constantly, it's kind of my thing. I sit at my desk and glue down bits that I've been using during the day, so I will do that too on my inspiration cards, so that there's some of these gorgeous pieces left over, not wasted. Now up a bit higher. Now, I just want to move it that way and go like so. Okay. I love it that I took the photos. It's kind of cool, isn't it? Might just with a bit of got a black out, got a gold out. Ooh, gold. Sorry, I've only got a couple of these couple of the inks, not very many of them, but I do like touching up that white area. And these I made I love champagne, so I drink a lot of champagne. And this is just, you know, that thick foam that things come wrapped in. I just glued and cut it. It's just works wonderfully. Just get rid of all those white. I'm not so used to the white paper pieces. I'm used to the jelly prints more on rice paper, so you don't get that as much. And they sort of just fold it, you know, when you glue them down, they kind of disappear. But on the paper, they don't quite disappear as they do with the rice paper. Okay, so that's the underlay colour, and that's the my harmony. That's going to go on top, and that's going to be on there. It's very bottom part of the symbol, like so. And I like that. I like this. This is fabulous. That'll be turning up in a just that ripped piece by itself. Okay, I'm wondering whether or not actually like we've got, obviously we've got the shells and the to put on, and we've got, I did get those clocks out, harmony. I don't know why I feel that harmony. Oh yeah, okay, well maybe that's fine, because there's that central point. I really like that one. Okay, but I might get rid of all of that. Since the printer's inside and I'm out in my studio. How's everyone doing with this? Oh, every country, I think, so it's tomorrow. I think a lot of countries are changing. Australia is, its laws are changing tomorrow, and well, it could be today actually, because I won't release this until probably tomorrow. Alright, so I thought I had 3 shells. I do have 3 shells. I know I do, because everything. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. They are going to be put down like that with my harmony symbol. Place in the center as my piece. And for, you remember I was saying to you that I was unsure whether or not I was going to put the chakras, you know, in or something. Depended on how it was on the day, how I felt on the day, how everything was coming together. I'm going to have to glue this down, which I will pause the video though while I glue it down, because you don't want to see me gluing it down. That is just a waste of time. Yeah, so I thought, so the chakras, I wondered whether I would put the 7, different colors around there, as in, because that to me is complete harmony within myself. But I'm not feeling that at the moment. So I will glue this down and I will have a little ponder on that, and when you come back, it will be, I will have an idea. Okay, see you soon.